courage and loyalty are legendary. They are the best of the best, and they've been fighting for the British crown for nearly 200 years. Nepal's Gurkha soldiers have proven their warfare skills in dozens of world conflicts, most recently in hotspots like East Timor and Bosnia.
When British India declared war on Nepal back in 1814, the Nepalese soldiers fought with such impressive bravery that the British Army officers started to enlist them on their side. Since then, an estimated 360,000 Gurkhas have served the crown. British Gurkhas lost their lives in both world wars, while tens of thousands were left with permanent disabilities and pensions of about £9 per month, an amount at least 20 times less than their British counterparts were getting.
In those days when I joined, I didn't know there was so much disparity. Then I realized we had been cheated to some extent. I felt uneasy when my children wanted to join the British Army.
The disparity embarrassed the British government, and in late October, it announced that death compensation would be boosted for Gurkha soldiers.
The funeral's taken place of a Gurkha who won the Victoria Cross for his heroic actions during World War II. Lachman Gurung died just over a week ago at the age of 93. He won the VC while serving in Burma in 1945. Claire Sadler went to the service.
A Gurkha who single-handedly fought off an attack by more than a dozen Taliban fighters has been awarded Britain's second highest military medal, the Conspicuous Gallantry Cross. As the name suggests, it's given for acts of conspicuous gallantry and is second only to the Victoria Cross, which is awarded for most conspicuous bravery. In over 15 minutes of fighting, Acting Sergeant Diprasad Pun fired 400 rounds of ammunition, 17 grenades, and when his rifle jammed, threw his machine gun tripod at one of his attackers.
There were 12 to 15 Taliban and I was alone, and 1 versus 12 to 15 Taliban had to fight and I defeated them.
बहादुरी का दूसरा नाम गुरखा बटालियन है। बहादुरों, ये लड़ाई और खून खराबा हमारे लिए कोई नई बात नहीं है। हाल ही में कश्मीर को हमने खून में रंगे देखा। गुरखा पट्टन का नाम सारी दुनिया में मशहूर है। एक मर्तबा हिटलर जैसे सिपाही ने भी कहा था, अगर गुरखाओं की पलटन मुझे मिल जाती है तो मैं सारी दुनिया पे फतेह पा सकता हूं। इसीलिए आज आपका ये सीओ ललित राय अपने बहादुर सिपाहियों को कारगिल पे फतेह देखना चाहता है। कोई शक नहीं। जय महाकाली।
From years of climbing and carrying heavy loads in the mountains. Basic training concentrates on their upper bodies, which are not as strong and must be developed through constant exercise.
I noticed that I did not have any choice. I should have given up my life. And I did not care my life. Just I thought before they kill me, I have to kill some of them.
Even after their service is completed, a retired Gurkha's base pension of approximately $30 a month is critical to his family, his village, and the country of Nepal.
Primary barrack 6070.
Anytime, anywhere, any place that the Gurkhas have gotten the call to arms, they have responded without the need for heavy backup support most other British infantry regiments might require.
Victor Zulu, Juliet Golf, Oscar Charlie.
Gurkhas fire and maneuver through difficult terrain as a team confident of their mastery of fieldcraft and decided advantage over most of their adversaries in the bush.
They've been training for nearly a year to get through this test, and this stage here all the friends and the parents and the villagers are watching for them. If they fail any one part of the test, we just throw him out. That means they've lost their face, and some of them even they don't go back to the home and they try to disappear from here.
Each candidate is marked with an identifying chest number to eliminate any favoritism. The recruits must be at least 17 years old, 5 foot 3 inches tall, and meet other minimum physical requirements. The recruits are closely checked for scars, bad teeth, flat feet, any abnormalities that might lead to future medical problems. Golman and Naura scouted previous hill selection tests.
They got a very good eyesight, but they don't have any basic knowledge of skill of how to hunt, but they do, and they can kill, and they got good shooting ability as well.
Uncomplaining, you endured hunger, thirst, and wounds, and at the last your unwavering lines disappeared into the smoke and wrath of battle. Never had a country like ours had more faithful friends than you.
They have a saying which is often quoted, but it's very true. It's better to die than be a coward, and they live up to this.
The pace and intensity of the selection process picks up at the British camp in Pokhara, where only the finalists from the hill selection tests can compete. Here, a simple running race becomes a climactic moment in a young man's life. Most are from the hill country and have never run on flat ground before, let alone with running shoes. Their natural discipline and high morale allow them to maintain a high state of readiness night after night as they wait in the bush for somebody to test their 170-year-old tradition of following orders and securing difficult perimeters.
For the first time on Deadliest Warrior, these warriors were not born to the country that they were fighting for. Gurkhas versus the French Foreign Legion.
The Gurkhas fight for the British Empire. They come from Nepal. They live in that Himalayan mountain environment. They're little guys, but they are ferocious. And the British brought them on board because they were such a nightmare for the British when they were fighting against them.
And on their backs since they were children. Despite the load, heat, and altitude, these Gurkha hopefuls turned the Doko Carry into a high-stakes race and run for their lives.
You know, Mac, I can't agree with you more with the Gurkhas. Training in an oxygen-deprived environment like the Himalayas becomes a huge benefit to them as a warrior.
Some 250 soldiers from 10, the Queen's Own Gurkha Logistic Regiment, are receiving the Afghanistan campaign medals at Normandy Barracks in Aldershot. Among those receiving medals from the Chief of the General Staff, Sir David Richards, a wounded Gurkha soldier just back from coma.
My left leg doesn't really move, but as soon as it gets better, I want to come back and join my regiment.
Fearless mountain assassins who take on the British Empire's most dangerous mission.
One of the most feared fighting forces in the world. However, they have had to fight harder with the British government to garner equal rights.
Do you think the debt of honor has finally been paid?
Not so much for the old soldiers. I served for 27 years and I get paid for 15 years of service. The pension get paid, so you can actually work out from there. It is difficult to digest. I think it should come from the government of Nepal. More pressurized, talk with the British government and bring parallel to our counterparts, British counterparts.
The Gurkhas, they average 5'3", 135 pounds. While the Gurkha may look little on the outside, they're really big on the inside.
So we're doing good so far, and we're very proud to be Gurkhas. We're really proud.
And you talk about the Gurkha. They understand war deeply. The Gurkha is inheriting an identity that has been passed from grandfather to father to son. Nothing else matters than becoming a great warrior.
Completely agreed, Mac.
वीर गोर्खालीले नेपाली खुकुरी चम्काएपछि परास्त भए हतियारधारी 30 डाका भारतीय भूमिमा विश्व श्रेष्ठले देखाएको अदम्य साहस.
Almost 200 years, when the British were controlling the Empire of India, the British launched an invasion against the Gurkhas of Nepal, and it didn't turn out very well.
Outmanned and outgunned almost 2-1. Only 12,000 Gurkhas forced a stalemate against 22,000 British troops. British officers were so impressed with the bravery of the tribesmen's kukri charges, they signed a treaty allowing the Gurkhas to be recruited as mercenaries.
The British realized that they had something special here. They went where the danger was greatest. Abyssinia, China, Burma. It's very important for a Gurkha to do well in his military service. It's in the blood. It's hardwired in the DNA. Defeat is not a word in their vocabulary.
Between the British people and the Gurkhas is not written in the dry ink of an unfair law. It is written in the blood you have spilt for generations.
The Gurkhas are coming! Ayo Gurkhali!
तिरुपाती खुकुरीको शान र अभिमान एकपटक फेरि चर्चित बनेको छ. गत भदौ 17 गते अर्थात सन् 2010 सेप्टेम्बर 2 मा एउटा खुकुरीको भरमा 30 जना भन्दा बढी लुटेराहरू पराजित भए. खुकुरीको भरमा अदम्य साहस देखाउने सुरवीर थिए गोर्खा राइफलका एक्ला जवान विष्णु श्रेष्ठ. जवान विष्णु श्रेष्ठको पराक्रमले भारतीय संचार माध्यमहरुमा महत्वका साथ स्थान पायो.
The Minister has explained, and I think we are all agreed that we are going to be able to help in the formation of new guidelines.
Yeah, that's right.
So that'll be wonderful. These will be guidelines which will be completed by July, and the 1,500 cases will be looked at, we understand, most sympathetically.
The Gurkhas, they're born and raised with complete respect and discipline throughout their life.
Why could they do it? Because they came from Nepal. They spent all those years climbing up and down, building those leg muscles.
You've forgotten, he's got more red blood cells, so he can carry like a heavier gun, extra barrels, extra banana magazines, the whole thing.
Buddy,
because of the...
Stick to history. You don't understand medicine.
Hello? Captain Gore? Yes, sir? What's the situation there? Sir, everybody's gonna accept me, sir. Okay, come back to the headquarters, Captain. But sir, the enemy will snatch our area then. Not to worry, Captain. That's only a muddy area anyways. You are alone there. Come back. No, sir. I'll fight alone. No discussion, Captain. Just come back. Sorry, sir. But this time, I won't be able to obey your orders, sir.
I'm a soldier living in my own world, thinking it's all over, fighting with my own world. When I smile, nobody here to smile with me. When I cry, nobody here to dry my tears. I'm waiting for my death, you know, passionately. Enemies on my back, I'm hustling. In the arms of death, I'm looking for mercy. Yeah, everybody around me trying to curse me, but I don't care. I'm here to fight you back. I'm a soldier, yeah, and that's the fact. One shot here and one shot there. I got a bullet on my chest, but I'm still in the fair. Acting like my victory is gonna give me sit. Like ups in the ground, I have no gear. Waiting for the victory, I'm still fighting here. I'm a soldier of fortune, even though I fear. With fear in my eyes, I'm mindful of war. Standing right behind you, I'm not so far. Gonna get you soon, just swear for me. Yeah, I'm coming at you, just swear for me. लडाईँको मैदानमा एक्लो म परेछु पाइलापछि 7 दिनमा चाहे आज मर्छु काल आए पनि म खुसी खुसी जान्छु सिपाहीको कर्तव्यमा पुरा गरी जान्छु डर त लागेको छ आँखामा चाहिँ आँसु आफ्नो दुश्मन मर्दा रुखीमा हाँसु ढालिसके मैले पनि धेरै जनालाई दुश्मनकै बन्दुक टिपे त्यसलाई मार्नलाई 10 20 30 मैले 40 मारिसके अझै धेरै बाँकी छ अब म गरौँ के दिन पनि बितिसक्यो रात भइसक्यो दुश्मन मार्ने क्रम चाहिँ अझ छैन सकिएको जता हेर्छु उतातिर रगत नै बग्छ रगतको खोला देख्दा कहिले शङ्का लाग्छ के म केको लागि लडिरहेछु फेरि पछि मेरो मनले भन्छ म हुँ सिपाही म आफ्नो अस्तित्वको लागि लडिरहेछु चाहे यो सही होस् या गलत होस् म देशको शान्तिको लागि लडिरहेछु
लडाईको मैदानमा भएको छौ एक्लो आज पाइला पछाडि नसार चाहे त्यहाँ नपरे जान लडाईको मैदानमा भएको छौ एक्लो आज पाइला पछाडि नसार चाहे त्यहाँ नपरे जान
अट्याक नचोड नचोड चला नचोड जय महाकाली आयो